Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell, and this is my review of Captain America: The Winter Soldier. So I'll be doing the main review right now. I'll be going into the movie in more details, including spoilers, after the credits to this video. So if you want to just see that bit of the video, see the annotation below here somewhere, and I will direct you to that section. So obviously this film takes place after the events of Avengers, so we have Captain America, played by Chris Evans. He is just kind of still working as a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, and he still has his huge morality of right and wrong. He knows when things don't seem right to him and the idea of freedom, because what he fought for in World War II when he was a soldier was the idea of freedom and freeing people from the Nazis and what they wanted to instill on the world, and from Hydra, specifically with Captain America. So he still has that very much indebted into his self, and his character hasn't really changed in that regard. We saw it in Avengers, and now we're seeing it again here. We have Scarlett Johansson returning as the Black Widow again. She has straightened her hair this time, as opposed to the last time we saw her, which is interesting. She's still very badass in her role. She takes out almost anyone in her way, and she is Captain America's sidekick in this film. And I found it really interesting that they called each other by their actual names, not just Black Widow or not just Captain America. They called themselves by Steve and by Natasha, and I found that to be a really interesting thing, and something that we don't really see in these superheroes who we've idolized as either Iron Man or Captain America or Hulk or whatever. We don't really see them referred as much in the films by their actual name. Thor's Thor, because that's just how he's called, but everyone else just kind of goes by their nickname of sorts. Nick Fury is back as, well, Nick Fury, and he's played by Samuel L. Jackson, who does a magnificent job. Once again, the guy has become this role. I look forward to seeing him in future roles as the movies continue, and to see where his character takes him. We also have Sebastian Stan as the Winter Soldier. If you know who he was in another Marvel film, you can probably figure out the plot twist in this film, which I knew about basically when they announced the movie, because the internet. But he is in the film again, and he does a very, very, very good job as the Winter Soldier, and I really liked seeing him on screen, basically as in almost equal to Captain America in terms of physique and strength and stamina. We also have Anthony Mackie making his debut in the Marvel Universe, to my knowledge, as the Falcon, and he doesn't have a huge role. He's kind of just more or less the other sidekick of Captain America besides Black Widow, but he is a very cool character in that he has these metallic wings that he uses to fight and fly around, and can basically take out a good chunk of things. He has these guns that he can pull out, which essentially, I don't know what they are exactly, but I think they might just be sticks, and then when he holds them, they morph into guns really quickly, and then he can fire them. But it's a really cool feature. He was a very, very cool character. I hope that he's in the Avengers too, because I think he'd be a really cool addition. Colby Summers in this again, from the Avengers 1. Just got out of playing Robin in How I Met Your Mother, and now she's back in the Marvel Universe as Agent Hill. And she doesn't have a huge role again in the film, but she does still have a decent one, and I enjoyed seeing her on screen. We also have Emily Van Camp from Revenge, and in my mind I was thinking like, oh, this is after she eventually takes out the Graysons, and S.H.I.E.L.D. must have recruited her and put her in S.H.I.E.L.D. for some reason, because those are totally two equal universes, right? She obviously does a really good job. You can kind of see her Emily Thorne side come out a few times, which I really enjoyed seeing just as a fan of the show. In terms of plot, the plot is very tough to talk about without going into spoilers, because in, I think, the first half hour, a very big thing happens, and it surprised me that it happened so soon. And so there's that. In a very broad sense, this is, like I said, post-Avengers time. We have Captain America here taking out the Winter Soldier. And the Winter Soldier in the movie is a character from legend who has been around for 50 years and is an expert assassin. Black Widow has dealt with him specifically as she was trying to get somebody out, and he literally killed the guy by shooting a bullet through her and killing him. And so, yeah, he's ruthless. And he is a very, very cool villain just because he is very, very brutal. This movie was easily one of the most brutal, violent Marvel films I have seen in a long time, if ever, because in most of the films you see people get knocked around a little bit, soldiers just get kind of pushed to the side by the superpowered beings, but in this one we see people get like blown up in their cars and thrown into airplanes which explode, and people die in this movie a lot, and it's very, very interesting. Just the fact that Marvel is progressing in this way, and I think it's one of the reasons why people are enjoying the film so much and why it has an 88% on Rotten Tomatoes, is that people like the darker side because it's more realistic, and it's hopefully going to set up how dark Age of Ultron will be. So the Winter Soldier kind of does a thing, which I can't say, and then Captain America and Black Widow kind of go on the hunt for him, and they discover a very big thing about S.H.I.E.L.D., which I also can't say because that's spoiler, very much spoiler. Very good movie. It ends really well. The mid-credit scene is really, really exciting. The end credit scene makes me excited for reasons that I'll talk about shortly. And yeah, overall, very good movie. Much better than the first Captain America, in my opinion, just for the fact that first Captain America, obviously an origin story, so we just see Steve Rogers just first as a regular soldier and then becoming Captain America and just fighting the good fight, so to say, against Hydra and the Red Skull. And now we see him in modern times still trying to pursue that goal, but realizing that is much harder to do in an era where fear is the ultimate means of defense. That is my review of Captain America, the Winter Soldier, in the most broadest sense that I can possibly do it. Very good movie, as I've been flaunting it for at this point in the video. If you haven't gone out to see it yet, if you live in the States, you maybe haven't. It got released like everywhere else except here, which really annoyed me because everyone was doing reviews on it and it was like 2 weeks away from being released here, so I'm just like, okay. Yeah, that's my review. Stay tuned for after the credits to this video because I'll be going into spoilers and I can be happy then and we can talk about stuff. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe if you so choose. I'd appreciate it immensely. Go and buy my book on Amazon called The Bridge. Link in the description down here if you are interested in that, which is, it's only like 38 pages, short story, go buy it. Cool. And as always, my good people, my name is Nick Pell. I'll be bringing you hopefully a lot of reviews shortly in the next week. School is crazy right now and I hate it. So yeah, look for those. I want to get this one out because the movie just came out and I can do it. So, as always, keep on watching. And if you are still watching this, you are here to see my thoughts on the ending / spoiler-y parts of Captain America, the Winter Soldier. And I'll be talking about these right away. So if you have not seen the movie, I highly recommend you to stop watching because I don't like spoiling things for people. So I'll be talking about things in 3, 2, 1. Nick Fury died. And I was very upset about it, but also very okay with it at the same time, just because I would find it really interesting if they actually did kill off Nick Fury instead of bringing him back, because he is this huge symbol of S.H.I.E.L.D. and he just gets killed off and shows that S.H.I.E.L.D. is not immortal. And I think he'll still be necessary in the Avengers sequel because he will likely be the one going around recruiting all the Avengers, including Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, which I'll talk about shortly. And his death was a really interesting choice because it made Captain America look at S.H.I.E.L.D. and kind of dissect the insides of it in terms of a traitor and whatnot. One little gripe that I did kind of have with the film was that it's called Winter Soldier, but we didn't really see the Winter Soldier terribly much. He was the main enemy, and he was a arm of Hydra, which ends up being contained in S.H.I.E.L.D., which I found really, really cool as a plot twist, and it means of bringing back Hydra as a central-esque villain in potentially Avengers 2, because they have Loki's staff. Mid-credit scene really quick. They have Loki's staff, which they show, and then they also have Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch locked up. They look like they're crazy. I don't know if they will be villains in the movie or something, or how they'll play into it. My guess is if we don't see anything of them in Guardians of the Galaxy, we will probably see them get broken free by, I don't know, Captain America probably, because he'll be taking down Hydra bases. But yeah, we didn't really get to see Bucky Barnes as the Winter Soldier a whole lot, and they really just showed what they needed to show in terms of him being brainwashed, and then him first recognizing Steve Rogers, and then having to be brainwashed again, then re-recognizing him, and then in the post-credits scene, we see him going to the Steve Rogers Captain America Museum and seeing the display about him. I would really, really like to see him in Avengers 2. I don't know if they will do that, but we have, at the end of Captain America, him and the Falcon going off and trying to locate the Winter Soldier. So, I wouldn't be terribly surprised if they end up finding him maybe at the very beginning of the film, I don't know, or maybe he'll show up towards the end of the movie and take out Ultron, maybe? I don't know. I'm speculating massively at this point. And then one last thing, if you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you'll know that the show takes its cues from the Marvel movies as they're released. When Thor 2 came out in November, it morphed the show around that and reacted to those events and had an episode it's had a few episodes about Asgard in particular, and thus I'm assuming that the finale of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to be huge, because it probably won't be in the next few episodes, but probably by the end of April, I would assume, they will start to react to the events of Captain America Winter Soldier, in which S.H.I.E.L.D. is basically disbanded and destroyed because Hydra was so far in its debt that they had to basically collapse S.H.I.E.L.D. to destroy Hydra, or at least this part of Hydra. And so, yeah, it really leaves it open, especially for Avengers 2 as well, because there's not really a set organization. My guess is that Nick Fury will build some sort of underground facility, or Tony Stark will be working up something, or maybe, I don't know, something is obviously going to make it so that it continues, and plus we're going to have a season 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. probably, so not really terribly much that you can't do with this. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the movie and the end of it, and I look forward to seeing what Avengers 2 brings in terms of Captain America's story, and to see if Guardians of the Galaxy does anything with this film or Thor's film. Thor's would probably be more likely, because I feel like their universes would coincide or connect more than Guardians and Earth would, and so maybe that's how they get roped into the Avengers. But yeah, that's just, like I said, pure speculation. I don't know anything about the movie in terms of plot, besides that they're fighting Ultron. So yeah, that is my thoughts on the movie. Once again, leave your thoughts down below on how you liked it, things that surprised you, whatnot. Please put like spoilers, like spoiler warning on the comment if you're going to leave one, and I would appreciate that, and I'm sure everyone else would as well. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe if you so choose. I'd appreciate it immensely. Thank you for watching this long review of Captain America Winter Soldier, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the summer with 3 Marvel films: Spider-Man, X-Men, and Guardians. So, as always, my good people, my name is Nick Pell, and once again, keep on watching.